In a recent video, I used a racial term that is offensive to so many.
It was fake, motherfuckers! You mad? Huh? You mad, bro? You mad, sis?
Okay, he's completely blocked me on social media and texts everything. He's blocked me out of everything.
He accidentally exposed the pump and dump crypto scams that he promoted.
The news that has just been dropped, I didn't know that video was going out now, so...
Every few years, KSI releases a video where he lowers his voice, admits he has grown, and then returns to the next controversy. The list of explanations becomes absurd when viewed together. He turned jokes about women at work into a segment until Microsoft cut ties. He uttered a racial slur to a laughing audience. He hyped crypto tokens and quietly sold them. He opened a lunchbox on camera to reveal its contents. He aired a family dispute for months while a group of teenagers learned he was leaving by watching the same video. For over a decade, he has apologized for the same type of behavior, each time with better production, lighting, haircut, and an identical script. This is why the internet keeps circling back to him. He was 19 at the Eurogamer Expo, a moment that could not have been worse. His channel was soaring, 1 million subscribers cleared. Razer paid him to appear. Microsoft hovered with a checkbook. Instead of behaving like a functioning adult for one afternoon, he grabbed a camera, approached women at work, and asked questions unrelated to video games.
Alright, so what's your favorite STD?
Oh, definitely chlamydia. Yeah.
A man and his crew used a working woman as set dressing for a bit. It was the afternoon's mildest part.
Hey guys, you're working Solid GWT, and today I'm with massive tits. How you doing?
Alright, thanks.
Where have your tits gone?
Where have they gone?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
because I can't see them. Can I motorboat you?
Yeah?
Really? Right now?
Yeah? How was that?
Not big enough.
Brondi Brewer publicly confirmed her consent, describing the situation as comedy, a perspective solely hers. Yet, the footage also captured women who clearly did not agree. One participant, visibly uncomfortable, abruptly ended her interview, but the clip remained available for entertainment on his channel.
What are you doing not fingering yourself?
Pardon?
What? I'm being nice to you.
The narrative often overlooks the reality that he was no longer an adolescent broadcasting from a bedroom. By that stage, he managed an extensive business empire with millions of impressionable fans tracking his behavior. His rapid ascent through the industry hit a wall when Eurogamer banned him from future events. Razer severed its affiliation to ensure the public understood his actions were entirely detached from their brand. Microsoft terminated their relationship as well, officially declaring that his behavior stood in opposition to their corporate values. Being blacklisted by Microsoft at 19 is not merely a caution, it is an institution marking someone as a liability. He remained silent while his manager handled the formal apology. KSI refrained from addressing the situation personally for several years. When he finally spoke on the matter, he offered the defense that he was simply inexperienced with women at the time.
That's misogyny number one. Actually, real quick, what the fuck is on my head? Oh, I was such a virgin. Funny thing is, I was actually a virgin at the time of this video.
The women felt uneasy, not over his past relationships, but because a man with a film crew lingered. That expo footage wasn't a single stray afternoon, it marked chapter 1. Even that recurring joke could be endured on its own.
You're getting today. LOL.
The real damage came from the vast library of content that remained public. A national women's rights coalition in the UK targeted him for trivializing sexual offenses and normalizing a dangerous culture. This situation escalated from online drama to a major British news story as journalists uncovered further controversies. One video featured him using degrading language toward a private model while mocking her personal life for entertainment. His representatives claimed these were teenage mistakes he had already moved past, but the timeline proved otherwise. Most of that content was created when he was a legal adult with millions of subscribers and major brand partnerships. He was operating as a professional media entity rather than an immature child. The scrutiny intensified with a clip showing him discussing Zoella while sitting beside her own brother.
You have a sister, Casper? What's her name?
Her name is Theodora.
Sidora?
Theodora.
Like Dora the Explorer?
Kind of, except with Theo.
Because I'm gonna explore her. Jeez. She's gonna watch this and she's gonna be like, you know what? I need a bit of black. I need that black all up inside my vein.
Targeting someone's sister while they are standing right, there is a calculated move that goes well beyond simple immaturity. Some claim he simply grew up, but the timeline does not support that narrative. His behavior did not cease because he developed a sense of maturity.
Describe Zoella in one word.
Okay. One word. Describe my sister. How you describing her? 3, 2, 1, go.
Bangable. Yo, that's a compliment though.
Yeah,
there's so many guys who would destroy her. And then Alfie's the one plowing your sister.
When national organizations and newspapers began to push back, the cost of continuing rose too high and the backlash halted. Yet the fight didn't disappear, it simply shifted. The focus moved from his words to the products he marketed.
Yesterday, he accidentally exposed the pump and dump crypto scams that he promoted. They've been hidden for 2 years, but only came out when KSI logged back into his old Twitter account, saying, "Does this still work?" Now, if you didn't know, this is KSI's crypto account where he used to talk about crypto coins he liked, but he messed up because one investigator has been waiting for him to return to the scene of the crime. And that person is not me. It's Zach XB.
The scandal began when a mainstream YouTuber promoted a series of crypto tokens that exploded into one of the biggest frauds in the space. Investigators CoffeeZilla and Zach XBT examined his involvement in 3 projects, XCAD, ERN, and a third whose name is omitted, and identified a clear pattern. He would hype a token publicly, the price would surge, and he would sell his holdings soon after. This cycle repeated across each launch. He denied any intent to exploit his audience, casting himself as a terrible investor who simply lost money chasing pumps like everyone else rather than a profiteer cashing in on his followers.
He says, "I don't really remember the details of every transaction I made. These were coins I put my own money in, thinking they would do well. I would listen to what people said on Twitter and just follow stuff. I invested in Doge, etc. I didn't have malicious intent in trying to scam. I was new to crypto, so I was excited, putting money in random things and trying to chase the pumps, and ultimately lost heavily. I hope people didn't take advice or tweets as gold, because looking back at my track record, I was effing dog shit. I wish I was an evil genius that would pump and dump at the right time, because then at least people would say that I had some wit about me. Reality is, I was just at crypto."
The debate over his actions remains unresolved. No criminal intent has ever been proven, and he has repeatedly said none existed. Yet someone with millions of followers knows exactly how his endorsement can move a chart. To claim otherwise would mean he is either Britain's unluckiest investor or its most clueless, and neither description suits a professional resume. The next controversy involved the energy drink he launched with Logan Paul. Prime Energy contained 200 milligrams of caffeine per can, surpassing both Red Bull and Monster, and its aggressive marketing clearly targeted a youthful audience.
It's sick. It's like Red Bull, but tastes nicer. It's like Monster, but tastes better. Like, that's just it. And I'm not even trying to come at you like, yo, I own Prime, like Prime is the best, da, da, da. Like, this is just me being honest. Especially the American version, because that's 200 mg, like that shit gets me hyped up, bro. That's the shit I need. In England it's all 120, 130. Off, man. I need more milligrams. Give me the caffeine. I do love caffeine.
Prime faced a wave of medical concerns as reports emerged of children requiring hospital treatment after consuming the drink. One incident in Wales involved a young child suffering a serious heart emergency. Schools throughout the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia responded by implementing total bans on the product across their campuses. The brand encountered further trouble following a Sidemen video filmed as a spoof of the game show Countdown. During the segment, KSI used a genuine racial slur directed at Pakistani and South Asian people. The room reacted with laughter while he spoke the term without any apparent hesitation or second thought.
All right, JJ and Harry.
I'm not, no.
Look, we need points in it, all right? I don't
I
don't mean this maliciously, but the words. Sorry, I'm sorry. We need points. I don't. Guys, come on.
Can we have a backup? We have a backup one.
I don't think that's in the dictionary.
I'm looking, Simon. You wouldn't give points to racism, would you?
Pakistani is in the dictionary.
Yeah, that is the start.
Come on, man. No.
Sadly, it's not.
Oh, it's hard to say like a difference.
As I said, if you can convince me it's a real word.
Oh my god! Go on then.
Look, there's quite a few videos I can whip out.
JJ, stop digging.
No?
Stop.
We're going to give you 0.
The viral clip triggered an immediate backlash that was entirely justified given the historical weight of the slur used. Treating such language as a punchline for social media engagement demonstrates a profound level of recklessness. Following the incident, the BBC scrapped a planned entertainment show featuring him. He withdrew from public view and visited both a mosque and a gurdwara. This pivot carries significant weight considering he was raised and educated in Britain and spent his entire career navigating the British media landscape.
In a recent video, I used a racial term that is offensive to so many, especially in the South Asian community. There were no excuses for what I said, and I recognize I've caused a lot of hurt and disappointment to so many people that look up to me. And my ignorance has only reinforced the negative stereotypes that have existed for way too long in this country.
The phrase held no secret status, yet everyone in the room remained completely still. No shift, no sign of unease, showing just how normal that language had become among them. One might think that surviving a scandal over a highly caffeinated drink for kids would make a person more cautious with the next brand bearing his name. He chose the opposite path. Lunchly was presented as the healthier, better-built option to an existing lunch product.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar.
Whoa.
Feastables Crunch
Yeah!
Bar. Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese.
Ooh.
We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar. Turkey Stack 'em. 310 calories.
230 calories.
21 grams of sugar.
Only 7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro.
Whoa, watch where you're going.
You watch where you're going.
No, you watch where you're going.
Ooh.
Whoa, watch where you're going. You watch where you're going. No, you watch where you're going. Whoa, watch where you're going. You watch where you're going. You watch where you're going.
Whoa! Watch where you're going. You watch where you're going. No, you watch where you're going. Lunchly!
Public reception remained hostile despite the company attempting to pivot its image. Viewers refused to accept the rebranding as a genuine effort. Skepticism intensified when internet creators began documenting the contents of the boxes on camera. Footage revealed alarming instances of mold inside Lunchly, sparking widespread outrage regarding the quality of the product.
Just got them from the store. It says used by December 8th, 2024, and today's date is October 16th. So these are supposed to be good for like another 2 months. This is molded. That's mold. This is not safe, especially like kids that are so young. They may not know what mold looks like, so they might just eat it. I saw a picture circulating about mold, but I didn't know if it was fake or, you know, I just had heard about it, but this is real, you guys.
And there's mold.
Why is there mold in the Lunchly?
Oh my god. It's actually disgusting.
The phrase epic ingredients trended across the internet, a public relations setback no food brand easily recovers from. The entire dynamic shifted when Dan TDM intervened. A creator with a spotless reputation built over a decade of content for young audiences, Dan TDM felt compelled to speak. He publicly stated he could not remain silent about 3 grown men marketing branded food to young fans. His single post rapidly accumulated 600,000 likes, triggering rebuttals from Logan Paul and MrBeast. Both responded by citing their earlier products and their nutritional data.
KSI's answer.
Sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? At this point, his fans imploded.
The third perspective proved the most telling because he bypassed the debate entirely to dismiss the backlash as nothing more than whining. The core criticism was never about creators launching businesses since selling products is a standard practice. The issue centered on branding a mixture of Prime and chocolate bars as a healthy meal for children while targeting an audience that relies on the integrity of these influencers. By brushing off legitimate concerns as mere complaining, he demonstrated how he handles scrutiny the moment it threatens his bottom line. This pattern of turning private friction into public spectacle is a recurring theme that manifests even more clearly within his own inner circle.
You expect him to always be on your side in anything you do. You expect family to always be, your number one priority. But with my brother, that's never ever been the case. My brother puts friends first. And the thing is, this isn't fake. I'm actually being genuine with you. He always puts friends first and then family. And it just doesn't make any sense. A lot of you guys, you probably already see this, that, he always puts friends first over family, and this has been going on for years. So a lot of you guys have been mentioning, because you showed his bank statement, he's pissed off. No, that's minor. That's minuscule. Let me give you an example, okay? He's completely blocked me on social media and texts everything. He's blocked me out of everything.
A Christmas Eve argument sparked a months-long public feud that pulled in both families and exposed private issues no audience needed to see. Heavy revelations emerged that warranted a private talk, not another online drama beat. Daveson later released a 45-minute video detailing years of feeling eclipsed and abandoned by his older brother.
I couldn't explain, because I have done nothing but support my brother in everything. Brother's meant to stick by you no matter what. Have your back no matter what. Family sticks by you.
KSI addressed the situation publicly rather than keeping matters private. Both brothers continued to post content that exposed intimate family history, forcing their audience to choose sides in a private dispute. This behavior defines his career as he consistently transforms personal conflict into public entertainment. The pattern repeated with his time in the Sidemen. He first announced his departure from the group by tweeting about friction with Bazinga. The announcement triggered a wave of fan division and the release of various diss tracks, creating the appearance that the most prominent creator collective in Britain was collapsing. The reality eventually surfaced.
It was fake, motherfuckers! You mad? Huh? You mad, bro? You mad, sis?
The manufactured drama surrounding the Sidemen fake exit was a calculated move to capture massive online attention. Viewers who invested months of genuine concern into the group found themselves the targets of a carefully staged ruse. This deception only spiraled out of control when a single member chose to deviate from the established plan, pushing the narrative into unpredictable territory.
Start a fake beef with someone much more famous than yourself.
Nah, who would do that?
Nah, bro. It was meant to be fake, and then it got fucking real, bro. Harry ruined it. Harry fucking ruined the whole thing.
Bro, can you not tell it hurt? Listen to him.
This motherfucker, it was meant to be me and you, Ethan, and that was it.
The betrayal cuts deep for those who devoted years to the group. Ironically, the fabricated version now seems almost appealing compared with the genuine departure, which was final, permanent, and executed in a manner that likely caused more harm than any staged exit ever could.
You may have seen the news that has just been dropped. I didn't know that video was going out now, so I'm expecting a lot of people to just ask.
He labeled the project the most grueling task of his career while citing a desperate need to combat burnout and prioritize his family life. While those reasons appear grounded in reality, the situation took a colder turn when the Sidemen issued a statement revealing the news caught them entirely off guard. There was no internal transition or private consultation regarding his departure. Instead, his longtime collaborators learned of his exit at the exact moment the public did. This sudden reveal remains difficult to reconcile given he spent 13 years alongside these individuals and referred to the group as his second family in that same farewell broadcast. He subsequently drew direct parallels between himself and the most iconic artists who have famously walked away from legendary collectives.
He's like a Harry Styles, in One Direction, or a Beyonce in Destiny's Child. You could argue I am that of the Sidemen.
Is anyone near? Speed walks down the road.
I say Speed as a person is more famous.
And I disagree.
No.
It's like, okay, who do you think's more famous? Me or Speed?
Speed, mate.
You're mental.
He turned on his former teammates, arguing who was truly more famous, a stark contrast to the burnout and family video he posted days earlier. He claimed his monthly views beat the entire group combined, and that he must outpace Mr. Beast in speed, hinting at his true motive all along. Soon after, he posted on Instagram saying the group had known his exit was inevitable, directly contradicting their public statements after 13 years together. At the same time, he released Thick of It, timing it to ride the wave of the Lunchley backlash. The track instantly became a viral meme, duplicated in reaction videos faster than it could chart. Instead of accepting the criticism, his team filed copyright claims against creators who used the song, removing videos and stripping monetization from those merely laughing at it. This pattern raises the question of whether his apologies are genuine or simply a cycle that ends only when the backlash threatens his earnings.